Okay, today we're going to be defining gravity and how does gravity work? Well, gravity, in quotation marks, is not a force as it cannot be detected and shown to actually exist in the form that you have been told and had it described to you of the mass of a body will attract. This is magical thinking because it's not telling you how it attracts other than saying it's a bend in space without saying what space actually is unless you turn to electricity. And so, how does gravity work? Gravity is electrical attraction or repulsion by rotation of field. Now I've put in attraction and repulsion there because there's no such thing without an explanation. Now I've explained in many videos that counterclockwise energy rotates matter forwards and clockwise energy rotates matter backwards. So if we apply this to the electrical levels of an atom or a planet, we should get an answer by double helix energy flow. So we've got a picture 1 on the left. Now energy is coming down, same as the water picture on the right. It is then forced out to the sides, and that's where you get your ouroborus torus field, and then it pushes itself all the way upwards. So the two arms that are sticking out, they would come up to the top where it says EM, and the field would be filled. Now the two fields that push down from both the top and the bottom meet at the equator there to form the ouroborus that you see on the right hand side. So the force of electricity and electromagnetism coming downwards as the water stream is on the right with the ouroborus, if we increase the power, that will push out the ouroborus, which is exactly what happens with the atmosphere. Energy hits the ground and shoots out sideways, and then it is by rotation that we are attracted to the ground. But the ouroborus sits on the outside of the atmosphere and has been seen as plasma tubes by some scientists in mainstream. About 2 years ago we have plasma tubes, which confirms the ouroborus at the center. The ouroborus field that is created by the two leaders, both of these are forced down to the equator, and so you get an ouroborus torus field at the X in the middle of the body. Now this is both going two ways, so you get a you see the two different rotations at the equator there. That's because one is pushing upwards and one is pushing downwards. So you get an ouroborus pushing out, and you also have a boundary skin, which is all vortices. Now if we go across to picture 2, I've just placed one vortex there and an electrical level right in the middle. This may actually be more of an egg shape, phi to pi, as theoria apophasis says. I can agree with that. So the center of that may move up or down depending on the field produced by clockwise and counterclockwise rotations. Electrical energy changes levels by vortex, which is what I've shown. Counterclockwise vortex down energy causes matter to go forwards, or in this case, down. Clockwise energy comes up to meet the energy coming down because that's how electrical levels work. We've all seen lightning that goes down and is met by a leader from the ground. The one going up is clockwise energy, and clockwise energy rotates matter backwards. And so energy rotating through matter clockwise downwards and counterclockwise downwards and clockwise upwards rotates matter to the center of the body. Now we have Earth field there. We have our ouroborus on the equator line. I've done clockwise and counterclockwise at the top to show that it pushes matter downwards. If we reverse the fields for the South Pole, we will get the opposite of what is happening there. Clockwise will be on the top, but it will be rotating upwards, and the counterclockwise will be rotating downwards, and so you get a reverse of a gravity field, which is actually electricity and electromagnetism. We go to the bottom left picture. all connections are vortex to wave, a halo wave ouroborus in the center of it, and back to a vortex. And this is fractal to infinity. It doesn't matter how small or large I make that bottom left picture. That is how energy travels. On the left, I've got several different configurations of the energy spiral. And please understand, the spiral that I've drawn, this is like a cross section. This is actually an ouroborus torus field. So the one line in the center there, which just looks like a straight line, nope, that's an ouroborus torus field, same as picture number 1 at the equator. So all those drawings are different configurations of a field, and there's millions of them because energy can travel wherever it wants, and normally it's going from higher to lower state. And these are all electrical double sheath layers because it is a double helix ouroborus torus field, which means you have clockwise inside of counterclockwise and counterclockwise inside of clockwise. Reversal of the fields in rings. We have energy traveling between levels in a vortex, and so this creates a diatom ball atmosphere. Atoms, suns, black holes. I mentioned black holes because an electrical bolt has been seen and photographed by NASA, and it's on mainstream science. There is an electrical bolt been seen shooting across a black hole, when really isn't. It's just energy changing levels as I've drawn on the left. So energy or matter, up, down, in or out, depends upon the clockwise and counterclockwise rotation of energy. So it's the fact that counterclockwise is coming down and pushing matter forwards, which is down, and clockwise is going up to meet it and it's pushing matter backwards, which is down, shows that gravity is actually merely the rotation of energy fields acting upon matter, electrical or electromagnetic. And that is how gravity works. Thanks very much. My name is Lee, and I follow the Christ Jesus, and he showed me all this in visions in 2014 for 3 weeks, day and night, and I've spent the last 3 years pulling it back out of my head and sticking it on here. Thanks very much.